Hey, welcome back to another day, another progress. It's been a while. I actually recorded a lot of videos. I was still sick and coughing, so I didn't want to publish them. Plus, um, I'm just kind of on the fence on what to do. And what I mean by that is, should I continue the game or just kind of put it down and maybe wait until they get something straight? So let me explain what I mean. I noticed there's some, the recent patch notes, they're making a lot of improvements, which are great. A lot of quality of life improvements, but here's the thing. This game really should have released 3 years ago. And, I'm constantly telling myself, well, why am I playing this game? Obviously, I like the IP. I would say probably majority of people that are playing it, they like the IP. I just realized I'm not even using the right thing. But yeah, they like the IP. They like what it has going for it. But then when you look at the game itself, right? There's so many other games. It's 2026 now. I guess the standard for this type of gacha, I guess, is Genshin Impact. I personally don't like it, but that's a whole nother story. But it's like, what is this game bringing that other games aren't? Like, why wouldn't I play Wuthering Waves, or any other like recent gacha that has much more? Like, they really separated themselves to not look like a Genshin clone, whereas this game is very, very close. You could probably even say it is, but it's just too. I missed the chest over here. Oh well, it's just too similar, right? So I'm always asking myself, what does this game bring that other games don't? And I would say one, kind of the combat. How can I best explain it? It's not the same, so that's good, but it's not necessarily. It's just different. Some ways it's better, some ways it's worse. So, like Genshin, you would have different elements that play off of each other. Well, there isn't anything like that here. So what they have is more synergy, I guess, within their team. They're doing it differently. So that's what I'm saying. It's not really good or bad. It's just different. Like one is a sustain, one's a sustain, buffer, burst builder, DPS. And it seems like majority of teams are going to be like that, at least for the foreseeable future. And then you kind of mix different elements for different weaknesses. Still don't know what King is for. And get like buffs or debuffs to help out your DPS and so on. So there is synergy there, which is pretty good. The main issue that I have, though, again, is like, well, it's not that much different. I mean, it's different, but it's not really that much different than a lot of other games out there. I'm always trying to find, like, where I'm just thinking about what does this bring. And again, I understand gacha game, there's going to be gates, there's going to be paywalls, it just kind of comes with the territory. But the way this game has done it is like they went out of their way. It's very evident they spent a lot of time on their gacha paywall. I really need cheese. And not much time on like quality of life, content, or anything. And then you could probably even argue, well, the game's only been out, 2 months now. Give them time. I'm like, yes, but at the same time, it's 2026. Look at the other games coming out now, and look at this game, and compare, what they bring. And again, going back to, well, what does this game actually bring for me? So when you look at, I'm losing my train of thought here. When you look at, look at what it has to offer. So IP is one. Combat is okay, but it is a little buggy. I notice, and this just could be me. Maybe I don't understand. I notice like when I'm dodging bosses, I get like stuck. won't dodge, and I can't tell you how annoying that is. Again, that could just be a little bug that they're going to fix it, which isn't a really big deal. But when you start looking at the major, I guess, currently end game content bosses, right? And we got Gallon here. To clear Gallon, like I was really struggling with this at first, using this team. Or well, I had I forgot her name, Tiore, whatever. Keep calling her Fiona. I had her on there and beat it, but I was probably beating it maybe once every 10 times. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna like build up Slater, get a buffer. I even started building up Hauser because I got some pretty good stars on him, potentials. Because he has a little bit debuff. I even tried Deanne, which I actually did beat him because she has a very tiny debuff with her nunchucks, with slowing them down. I don't think Petrify even works. There's a slow somewhere in here. Decreases, yeah, enemies attack by 30%. Or not as slow. It's a debuffer. Anyways, I was struggling so bad, and then finally I was going to save my free SSR, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get Manny, and now I beat it almost every time, maybe 9 out of 10 times. And there's nothing special with her. As you can see, my weapons, I don't have it. I have her outfit, engraved outfit. Again, nothing really special. It's just by having her. I didn't even like fully max her either. But just by having her, I can easily clear the content now with the exact same team. So again, this kind of goes to quality of life, overall enjoyment of the game, difficulty of the game. The difficulty, unlike some other games like maybe Wuthering Waves, it is almost purely on the gacha, on who you have on your team and how much you've built them up. If you don't have the right units, you probably ain't going to make it. You know, and then if you want to build them up, obviously you'll clear faster. And again, there's some expectation it being a gacha game, but the gap is so large. I mean, what, people are clearing Gallon in like 10 seconds, whereas I'm at about the 2-minute mark, maybe 2.2 minute mark. I'm kind of free to play-ish in a way. Again, it's such a huge gap. So my concern is, and Netmarble has done this with Grand Cross, is are they going to balance the game for the whales? Because the whales want some challenge and difficulty, even though they kind of counter it just by whaling on the game. And then whereas the free-to-plays are really have to spend a lot of time doing what they need to do to build up the account. So there needs to be a balance. And right now, the game is too early, but it does seem very out of balance. And I don't have the utmost faith in Netmarble to bring the right balance. In fact, I think they would be balancing it in favor of the whales. So if you're not spending, it's like you might not even beat some of these levels of the boss. And I don't know. I think someone that has a lot of skill and puts in some time and effort should be able to beat it. And then if the whales want to just kind of hit the easy button and whale, then they should be able to do that. I don't think the content should be balanced around whales. But so that's kind of a concern. Obviously, there's all the bugs, all the dungeons, the annoying dungeons of Spider Mine, and this, or mix the two. I'll just call it Spider Mine. Those two have some major issues with it. Gold Dungeon is useless. You might as well do the that one boss in the Abyss or in Gila's Abyss. You know, these are things. It's like if they played the game for as long as some of us have, which is 1 month, all this would have been exposed. But yet they spent all this time on the gacha. Everything is gated. So right now we know the big gates are platinum, and that's what I'm doing right now. Every day you have to farm this platinum, and if you don't, you will fall behind. Um, not only that, you need to do some supplementary farming, I guess. Like you're going to need a certain amount of gold, silver. You're going to have to do some fishing, and then these fragments too are just such a pain to get. That the gated system is just too much. And again, you can always spend your way past this to a certain extent, but then this brings in more issues. Now I know again the patch notes, they at least identified it. If not, they're going to address it. We have the the engraved costumes sets, and then it's all RNG, right? So oops, where do I go in here? The leveling is all RNG, and if you don't get it right, we gotta create another one, and that ain't right. You gotta create another one, and you gotta keep doing that. I think I got lucky. There's a level 2 on that, level 1, level 2 on that. That's actually pretty good. I got some pretty decent substats, but the percentages aren't that good. I guess in a way it's good. That's kind of a waste either way. But buff and at least buff duration. Rather get. Now I might actually would consider re-rolling that. Want to get magic charge efficiency, but that's what I mean. It's like it's all RNG, and to address your RNG, you need to use these, what do they call, remnants of Rift, and you're very limited with what you can. Again, you can buy some, or you can craft it. But then to craft it, again, you're gated by sunstone alloy. You can only get so many per day. So again, you're grinding it per day. But again, this game is expected that there is at least some level of this. But I think they went way too far because it's everything. Everything is like this. You want this, you only get so many per day. Can't farm it. Again, they're making enhancements like now you can craft these with excess, I guess, materials, which is really good. But yeah, it's like I mean, even creating these, like, well, why don't they just merge it to one? Do they really need all these different little tablets? These different tablets, just make it into one. I don't know. It's really excessive. And then let's go into the bag. I haven't gotten to keys yet. If you want to cook, I'll leave that one. That one's kind of minor. Just like cheese is a pain in the ass, Again, these sunstone ores, you can only get so many. But yeah, if you want some of these other items, like where am I trying to find? Like this sandflower, or here's the latest one, sunlight flowers. In their patch notes, they pretty much stated that these are going to be needed a lot more. Again, you can only do so many, so it's like again, for like premier items, there is an understanding of putting some type of gate in it, but for just everything else, do you really need to gate these? And then there's just so many. Like you have all these different ores. I mean, can the game just merge them into one? I mean, it adds a little bit of, I guess, uniqueness to it. But again, we're trying to play a game to enjoy, and if you're spending all this time just farming platinum, farming sunstone ore, it's not really enjoyable. I mean, you can literally spend at least 30 minutes a day just doing farming runs, just doing platinum picking, and you do it on a daily basis. I don't know. It's not that enjoyable, and it's not really bringing anything extra to the game. So again, I always go back. What is this game bringing? Like for me in particular, for action combat, play Black Desert Online. Again, I'm just casual there, but if I want that grind, I will hit that game up. For my gacha, I'm currently doing Honkai Star Rail for my very casual gacha game, and I'm perfectly okay with them. They all have their problems. So I'm not saying the games are good or bad. I'm just saying for what they're intended for, to really have enjoy, your time in. Did I not select it in the game and not just do these? It really feels like needless grinds. And anyone that's played BDO, that game, how much grinding is involved in that game. You literally spend hours either stationary in one spot or running in circles. Even that game though feels more accomplishing. I don't know if that's the right term here, but more satisfactory. Like you're making progress, you're actively engaged, where this just feels like they intentionally spread this crap out so far and you have to do it every day or you'll fall behind. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. And I think they can lessen the gated materials, consolidate some of these materials, maybe increases. So if I want to skip a day or two, it's not a big deal. But like right now, we all know platinum, you skip, you're falling behind. So then the last thing too, again, this gets tied into kind of the same thing between gacha and resources, or where is it? Keys. So I don't think there's enough keys here, and you get what, 50 keys if you're max level right now per day, and then every week you get another 35. Where is it? Right here. So yeah, this is 35, and then you get 50 per day. I don't think it's enough because again, everything is gated. So if I wanted to, like right now, increase the mastery of these lower units, and over time these lower units, SR units, are probably going to completely fall off. So everything you're putting in them is probably going to be wasted. They could change that, but again, I don't have the ultimate faith in that Marvel. So to get all these things, I have to spend keys. And then to even get the masteries, which I did, I got the big nodes. Let me see if I can find right here. No. Do I want to waste that? Yeah, I'll do that. This is what I was trying to go. Heroes token. Well, that takes 10 keys. And you need what? Well, that's 3 each for the SR and 5. So that's 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. I can't do math. 20 times 3, you need 60 of these to fully max out an SSR unit. Did I do my math right? 60 sounds like a lot. Let me see. King, I think I got one left open because I was like, you know what? F this. Nope. I did a king. Okay. No, Gila, I thought I had one open. Yeah, I still got one open. Yeah, 5 here. So you need 60 of these, and you only get 1 per 10 keys. So that's 600 keys you need to max out. And you only get, again, 50 a day. Let's not include the week, so that takes several, 50 times 7, 30, 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks to be able to max out a character. Or you can pay, and again, there should be an incentive to pay, but I think it's a bit too much. You can go in, get the bundles. There's keys in a lot of different bundles. You can buy, the growth bundles here too. I think you get 100 keys each. I don't know, but I don't know. It just seems little too much. Just to be able to play the game, because without keys, you really aren't doing anything other than platinum picking. Then the next item, and again, I don't want this to sound like a rant, but these are my concerns. The last item, or what is it, the currency. I think they should be able to, they should give a little bit more star fragments. I don't feel like it's enough. Again, this game is not considered the premier gacha game, but they are selling it, or all the items in the shop are listed as a premier gacha game. I mean, look at the right here, $99, for that. And again, if they want to do that, that's their game, but it's they're at the max end. Again, look at like Wuthering Waves. Well, they don't have it's hard to relate it exactly, because there's no like weapon banners here or anything. There's just the hero or unit banner. But again, by gating it or not giving enough fragments, you can't really sell it. Again, so I can understand not giving you currency, or giving you limited currency for pulling on the premier unit. But here's the big issue. They give very little currency for the standard banner, the regular banner. They should be giving this out a lot more. It's not even close to being enough here. Just so we can fill in some of these other units that, again, are most likely going to fall off over time. Anyways, that's my concern here. I just feel like there's just too much gating going on. The gacha is, I don't want to say it's extreme, but it is definitely on the premier end for a game that is not really offering that much more than what's already out there. And I know there's things coming. It's like I'm asking myself, should I just put it down and wait, give it a year, see where it's at, and if it's worth it, then I'll come back in. If not, I didn't really lose anything. Instead of just waiting for Netmarble to slowly introduce things, people having to complain on their Discord, it's like they shouldn't. If they played the game for a month, they would just see all these problems. But I don't know. It's that. Anyways, that's where I'm at. Don't know where you're at, but I don't know. We'll leave it at that.